Okay. Okay, today we're at the United States Inspector General's office. We're gonna cover, we were here last week. We got documents, we served the Chicago FBI. We got documents, we served the Inspector General's office. Now we're here, they're gonna put me on the phone, we're gonna do a conversation, see what all goes on. Okay, here we go. Hey, hello, this is Mr. Laveau, L-A-V-A-U. I was down here last week at your office. I'm at the reception area. Now, I had a complaint I filed it numerous times. I got documents I filed with the FBI with Holly's office, Chicago, and the Illinois Inspector General involves FBI agents using torture and lawful enhanced interrogation techniques. Your office has the professional responsibility to investigate these people. The allegations made were making malicious, premeditated, intentional, reckless statements to the public of me being a predator, never had no sex case in my life. They're making allegations of me obsessed with sociopath, serial killer, just to stop and impede any investigation from being done. Now, I filed documents over your internet numerous times. I was down here, I talked to a guy named Horn, I think it was. He told me he'd get back to me at AOL. He never did. I've got on the internet numerous times now. There is a conduct of evidence procedures you people have to go by. Now, when I present evidence against the ATF, DEA, or FBI, you have a professional responsibility to investigate these people and put an immediate field investigator on the conduct they're operating in, and also provide the protection against the people in law enforcement that are trying to impede any investigation into the criminal misconduct or fraud. People tried taking evidence of solved closed crimes who were tortured and killed and tried placing missing people in them. Then when I tried exposing this unlawful enhanced interrogation techniques using advanced satellite metrics, the United States Justice Department National Security, I'm maliciously retaliated against people running inside my place of employment, threats of death, threats of death to my family, tit for tat murders, trying to get a confession, trying to overburden me to compel me to make an incriminating statement for homicides I can commit, kidnappings. Now, I talked to a guy named Horn. Can I talk to anybody today or set an appointment up in the future? Because after I filed the documents I filed with Washington in your office, you have criminal responsibility to investigate the United States Justice Department employees, FBI, and so forth. Yeah. Now I'm being transferred. Yeah, this is Mr. Laveau. I talked to you last week. I put you on notice of FBI atrocious deranged behavior, using threats of death, harassment, trying to use advanced satellite imaging, trying to my house, trying to mentally consume and torture a confession for homicides and kidnappings. Now, I filed stuff with the FBI. I talked to you last week. You said you were going to get back to me by email. I never received nothing to you. I got the feds trying to interfere with my internet access using advanced satellite technology. And at this time, I'm recording this phone call, and I've got copies of all the documents that I've done with your office. And from this video, I got documents filed with Fields, I got documents filed with Chicago Police, I got documents filed with the Attorney General's office. I am being retaliated in violation of 18 U.S.C. Once I file a complaint against federal law violations, I'm protected from retaliation, I'm protected from malicious design, and these people have operated in an intentional, reckless, criminal, deranged, unacceptable behavior as everyday criminals trying to stop the essential special prosecutor assigned from Washington to come in and investigate this, provide protection for me and my family from the United States Marshal's Office, and so forth. So now you have a responsibility. I'm giving a recording where you people know who I am before I come here, because the United States Justice Department is directly involved with this. There's federal judges, there's Cook County prosecutors, there's Illinois Attorney Generals, there's high-ranking FBI agents, the lead profilers for the state of Illinois, maybe even affect Washington, and the assistant director and the director himself, Mueller, who I also have documents I filed right here in my possession. Now, you give me a recording, you're sitting in your office listening to this probably, and just spinning it. But the thing is, I have reported threats of death of an unlawful enhanced interrogation done by FBI high-ranking profilers and directors. A 30-man task force went biometric satellite technology, doing reconnaissance, doing surveillance on me. You got one person sitting there monitoring my computer and my internet access, and another one doing reconnaissance on my building, another one sitting there at a command center, invading the privacy of my house. I'm protected by the Fourth Amendment from you people invading my expectation of privacy of my personal dwelling, my house, my apartment. You cannot sit there and use satellite imaging inside my building and try to torture a confession or mentally condition everything. It's the United States ranked in Afghanistan dealing with the CIA. The FBI was given technology from the National Security Administration to solve crimes where they had no tangible evidence. Now, the Chicago Police, Cook County Special Prosecutor, and FBI in 1995 undermined the justice system, taking them to solve closed crimes. When I presented this evidence instead of a man-to-man face interview or any type of professional investigation done, I go to 219 Dearborn, they tell me to get out their office. These are the United States prosecutors every 30 days of it. They go in front of a judge with a progress report under 18 U.S.C. You get an extension of the surveillance warrant. One, no judge could authorize the tactics of interrogation. I don't care about the Serial Murder Act or nothing. You don't have terrorism. And it's the United States soil. There's evidence procedures you must file. You cannot compel. You cannot subject me to no coercion. You cannot threaten my life. You cannot try to overburden me to make an incriminating statement or put what would be called multiple reinforcements trying to make me believe I committed crimes I never committed. Now, there's wrongful convictions all over the United States. There's numerous lawyers that have nothing to do what I'm trying to get done to the Illinois law enforcement establishment for the last 20 years. You know, you guys have a criminal responsibility of being an oversight official of the United States government over Justice Department employees. I don't care if you're your steak and buddy potatoes and you go on the yacht Lake Michigan buddies. They're deranged. The director, the last two directors took off, Grant and Nelson, because they don't want to get involved in this shit. You got this guy Holly, you can tell by looking at him, he's a deranged, warped, twisted individual that's ordering this conduct, operating with this horrible terrorist task force, which involves hundreds of millions of dollars that is given to the city of Chicago on grant money. Now, these guys are supposed to be riding trains looking for terrorists, not trying to fuck with me. Yeah, recording time. Right. Now they say the urgent message has been sent. Rich, the United States Justice Department. Where's the speakerphone on here? Yeah, hello. I've left this message numerous times. Second time coming back. Got this message numerous times. Second time coming back to your office. I'm video recording this, sitting at your information center, and I'm going to try calling you back. I mean, you guys got a criminal responsibility to investigate United States Justice Department officials. You also have a responsibility to immediately, one, take a statement. Two, I'd be put under oath, and if I told a lie, you could criminally prosecute me. Three, you would have to provide the protection of these deranged law enforcement officials. And then you'd have to investigate. And if you have a conflict of interest, you actually got to call Washington or assign a special prosecutor like Webb or someone else, someone from Iowa, a good country guy, to come in here and, you know, take care of the business on these deranged law enforcement officials. Now, I'm doing this one reason. Once I walk out this office, I've reported to your office diligently. From there, you open up a window of stonewall and operating in a criminal design because you have a personal conflict of interest. I'm here because I know you're going to leave me sitting here because I know I'm going to entrap you. So when you get done playing this stuff, we what, 10 minutes on the phone, and I'm like video recording this. See the little phone here? Video recording this. We can go around the building here. United States Justice Department, a little nonsense. So now when we get done with this, though, when we do get done with this, there's a conflict of interest. So now we got the little speaker on. We'll take that off. Okay. Yeah, hello, I can be reached at danlav@aol.com. You know, get back there. I'm going to try calling you back again, see where I can get on this. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, we're going to try calling them back, see if they want to give me the recording, because they don't want to personally talk to me on the phone. It's called a severe conflict of interest. Where they have a professional responsibility to interview me, take a statement, put me under oath, investigate what I allege, and if the conduct is true, they shall put an immediate investigator from their field office to seek the suspension, at minimum, of these individuals. Yeah, hello. This is Mr. Laveau. I just called your office. I was put on recording to Horn. Now, what's your name again?
Pete Woodridge.
Pete Woodridge. Okay. Now, I found those complaints with the FBI, with your office, over your internet in Washington D.C. and the Inspector General's office. Now, I'm seeking the investigation of numerous FBI agents of their behavioral science, serial mobile profile task force, which have used threats of death towards my life, threat to my family. They're doing roving surveillance, advanced satellite technology. They use, saturation units, 20 or 30 agents from the terrorist task force network, whatever it's called, or infrastructure. Now, after I found these complaints, they make statements to the public of me being obsessed with serial murders, me being a predator, sex offender, one of the sex cases of my life. And they directly have threatened my being or using surveillance on my residence. I can protect by Fourth Amendment. I have an expectation of privacy inside my residence. You cannot use satellite imaging, doing advanced reconnaissance and biometrics. Now, there's something called an enhanced interrogation. They overstep the boundaries of any form of immunity, and they're trying to impede any essential immediate investigation into conduct from being done, making malicious, intentional statements to the public. Now, I understand there's a conflict of interest, but you're an oversight official of the United States government that has a criminal responsibility to investigate the United States Justice Department officials, because you're the only one that, you could walk in their office right now and say, hey, you guys are under suspension, take your personal belongings and go over their files and see the twisted stuff they've done, and a planned series of criminal premeditated events to stop any investigation where they took evidence to solve closed crimes, people were tortured and killed, where they made fraudulent crime hypotheses to solve closed homicides, where they tried torturing a confession for someone found in a fire I had nothing to do with, and I got factual evidence of forensic and science and testimony that they've suppressed. You know, I mean, they think they're going to keep an ongoing investigation by lying to the public. I mean, what type of people are these? How do you explain this, please? Well, what's your responsibility then? Well, are you an assistant investigator, a field investigator, or what? Okay, so you know that when I file complaints with your office, you do have a responsibility to investigate. You have yeah. Okay, you say that you say you. No, but but if there's complaints of torture by FBI agents, there's complaints of threats of death towards me and my family by FBI agents that are trying to impede a criminal investigation from going through discovery. So when we go through discovery, we go over stuff found in some building that anybody would know was picked out of my family's trash. We go over South Coast crime scenes, a dead body set for 2 weeks prior to after people that came listening tried to put in there. We go over the fact that my uncle in 1965 brought a Hawaiian woman back from the Korean War, and he tied his wife in an attic where all this stuff's manufactured prior to 1965. And it does include settlers in 1965. They suppressed and premeditate criminal design to get access to a $1 billion satellite infrastructure and biometrics, where they thought they'd do a behavioral science project that the United States Justice Department has failed. You know, this is something the director of the FBI has to sign out. It's something that field director of the Chicago FBI is personally involved with his assistants and special assigned agents operating with the Chicago Police, Cook County Sheriff, and a special joint task force. You're talking, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of thousands of manpowers, where these people are just 20 or 30 people using saturation units. What, they get paid 75 cents a mile, drive their personal cars and expense accounts to eat in restaurants, living off me, trying to torture a confession. Now they're scared to give me their careers because I presented misconduct. You cannot invade the privacy of my home, advanced satellite. You cannot coerce no statement. You cannot try to overburden me. And then once I file a complaint with your office, which I've done numerous times, I walk outside your office and I'm being threatened and harassed by all rich white people, which look like they're involved with the United States Justice Department. You know? I mean, this behavior is unbecoming for a United States agent. It's unbecoming for an FBI agent while they want to wield the powers of murders and kidnappings, thinking they're going to get carte blanche operating powers with the public. Yeah, they've been reported. Yeah, but okay, now you got yeah. Well, I got copies what I served the Chicago FBI. Can I serve those with you today? Yeah. Well, you got a copy of the complaint I filed with you? I filed 3 or 4 complaints during the last week. Hank Laveau, L-A-V-E-A-U. I talked to a guy named Horn. He said he was going to get back to me at AOL. Dan Laveau, D-A-N-L-A-V-E-A-U, AOL. Never got back to me. Now, your office, you can have a... Hold up. Let me finish out. You can have a conflict of interest because your responsibility is to investigate misconduct. And, you know, I've gone over your website. You know, there's numerous FBI agents, DEA agents. Your office has put the president for misconduct throughout the United States. Which, I mean, you're dealing with people trying to torture a confession, using threats of death, think they're going to harass and get carte blanche operating powers from the powers of the United States Justice Department. Your office has a responsibility to investigate these people. It has a responsibility to take a statement from me in court that involves lying. You get me for perjury. After that, your office has a responsibility to provide protection from the United States Marshal's Office and law enforcement officials that could want me dead or lost. And then after this, you have a responsibility, you have a conflict of interest to assign a special prosecutor from Washington, D.C., possibly a congressional inquiry into the Chicago FBI field office. I mean, I'm recording this. I'm sitting right here doing a video recording of this phone call. Okay? Same as you're recording my phone calls, I'm recording a public official in a public capacity. By the 7th Circuit, I'm entitled to do this legally. Of what ruling was done. Therefore, now, you choose not to have this conversation. I like that. I like that. Right now, for the record, we're sitting here at the United States Inspector General's office. File a complaint, and this guy wants to choose not to have a conversation after I inform him he's being recorded. Now I'm going to take this video and I'm going to put it on YouTube. Thank you. 20 minutes and some seconds. And the guy I talked to was some guy named Woodrow or something. Peter Woodrow. Left a message with a guy named Jeremy Horn. Okay, let's stop this recording.